Welcome back to Enthador, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress version 0.43, and we are the town of Foresthome, and we are currently beset by a vile force of darkness. In the last episode, we finally were able to start our beautiful cascading waterfall, which proceeded to cascade all over our dining room, and burying the entire place in a coating of yellow sand. And now the goblins have come to bury us in the bones of our citizens, and we're not going to allow them to do that, ladies and gentlemen. So the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to close this window, and we are going to set our military civilian alert to danger. And we have a little bit of a problem, because in the last episode, you'll note that our Militia Commander died, and we currently have not yet replaced our Militia Commander. We should probably do that right now, actually. So let's go into our therapist, and let's go to squad, and let's take a look here. I'm pretty sure that Logan Stonehilt is the guy, because he was the second militia captain. He's got the most experience, but I just kind of wanted to look at the military attributes. I mean, everyone's a legend in terms of, at least in Stonehilt's squad, everyone's a legend at what they can do. Oh, but you know what, though? The Bone Queen's Bolts are a ranged squad. They're a Mercs Dwarf squad, so being led by a melee dwarf wouldn't make any sense, would it? So the squad leader would have to come from the squad. So basically what we're going to need to do is a lot of things. We're going to make Logan Stonehilt the Militia Commander, but Logan is going to stay a Stonehilt Slayer, and that will just be his squad. I wonder if we could do that. And then the commander, or the captain of the Bone Queen's Bolts, will be... They are all essentially as good as one another. Well, not really, actually. There's one superior Mercs Dwarf, Legendary +3, and that is Simon Ulander. Simon Ulander also has the most kills at 15, 2 of which are notable. Okay, Simon, you are now you are the commander or captain of the Bone Queen's Bolts, which I will change the name of to suit you. But in the meantime, we have to figure this out. So the Bone Queen's Bolts, let's go to nobles, actually. And the Militia Commander is actually going to be Logan Stonehilt. Which we can't seem to do. Okay. Alright. It's going to require a little bit of work. It's fine. We're used to this. Logan Stonehilt, we are going to get rid of you for the moment. You are going to... Oh, I need someone who can appoint this position. Well, I want that to be Logan Stonehilt. Dang it. What a stupid system of promotion that you can't even promote your own captains because you need someone above them to promote them. Ugh. This is ridiculous. So I think we're kind of screwed here. Our Militia Commander can't be Logan, because it can't be someone who's in the military. Let's see here. No? Damn. Well, that kind of stinks. That kind of stinks. Maybe I can do something in Therapist. I like these little episodes where I get to show you how, because Dwarf's Fortress has been worked on for so many years, and the developer is more interested in adding new features than actually making sure that the features that already exist really work well. It's always fun. You always have fun little moments like this where you're just trying to figure out the hell's going on. Remove subordinates purse. So there's nothing we can do here. Although we can assign Logan to the Bone Queen's Bolts. Okay. Alright. Did that do something? I don't know. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Logan is still here. Maybe, well, I can't. I was going to say maybe if I let it run for a little bit, but we're being attacked by goblins currently. So first off, let's get prepare to fire on these guys. We're not going to start firing because we learned our lesson from that last time. And our civilians are all set. All right, let's get... well, this is fun. This is fun. We have no squads that are really useful at this point, but whatever. Bone Queen's bolts. We're gonna... Oh, whoops. Let's go back to select squads. Bone Queen's bolts, A. We're gonna move you to the part we've always found is the most useful, which is right there. Now, Stonehill's Slayers, we're gonna let you off this for the moment. Pete's Butchers, we're gonna move you... I guess we're going to move you kind of here. Right? So that way you could shoot at the guys that are coming down here. You could shoot at, hopefully, the guys coming down here. And then if they make it to here, you can shoot into that too. That seems like the way to go. Luckily, Kaladin's killers are all set. In fact, let's get them ready. Let's move them here. Alright. Here we go. Goblins are on their way. FPS seems a little slow. Could just be my imagination. Let's look at the military squad to see the things have... So things have not been fixed. So this didn't actually work for us here. Let's read the dwarves. Yep, Stonehilt is back where he was. Alright, well, I don't have time for this. I'm sorry, Logan. You should be the new militia commander. By seniority, it would fall upon you. But the Dwarf Fortress systems don't allow me to do that. So, instead, Simon Lulander, as the most promising Marksdwarf in the Bone Queen's bolts, will now become the leader of it. The nobles, militia commander, and let's go Simon Lulander. Alright, cool. So military, Bone Queen's bolts, Simon Lulander, there we go. We have an available slot for someone else, we'll do that in a bit. Simon, I believe, has very specific equipment though, yeah, so now all he's been assigned is a crossbow, and that is not right. Actually, we need to give Simon a specific weapon. Dalcan... Wait, no, not Dalcan. Was it Umarid Namsigun? We have so many weapons here. Alright, for right now, Simon, for right now, we're just gonna get you a crossbow, because I don't have time for this right now. But we have a lot of weapons. Let's see here. What are these things? Alright, weapons. Let's go to tab so we can see the good stuff. Obedicol Earther blah 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 is a Warhammer. Oh, you know why? Because these weapons are named by the dwarves. They're not actually artifact weapons. Only Dalcan is an actual artifact weapon. Oh man, what a hassle here. Oh well. Let's let our troops, to the best of their ability, get into place. At least we've got the nobility situation done. Simon is now the militia commander and the captain of the Marksdwarf squad. Who, actually, let's change from the Bone Queen's bolts to... Simon's... Damn it, I hate when that happens. Simon's... Shooters. Alright, cool. Sorry, Logan, but you'll have to settle for simply being the leader of the melee squad, which, by the way, needs 2 new members because of our vampiric problems. Pete's Butchers are solid, and of course Kaladin's Killers are solid. They're going to take the brunt of this attack, led by the mighty Kaladin in his armor that is painted to resemble adamantine, but isn't actually adamantine. I think it's copper, when I really think about it here. Let's see. Let's see, what kind of... Yeah, we have copper right gauntlet, copper left gauntlet, copper helm, copper breastplate. So you're all coppered out. Here come the gobos. Guess we're not ready to shoot at them just yet. Oh, Vash has grown. I can name him. Or her. Alright, bolts are starting to fly out. Not in any amount of haste, it appears. Well, the squad is going through a bit of a moment with the changing of the guard, so to speak. Alright, now let's see. The key indicator here is to check and see if, once they make it to this point, what's going on here? Why aren't they coming further into the fortress? It doesn't appear as if they're attempting to climb. Okay, at least some of them are brave enough to kind of walk in. They have brought a bit more this time. A little over 100. Let's see here. No one of note, really. Though, this might be a little too many to engage in open melee. Especially when something's wrong with Kaladin here. What is wrong with you, Kaladin? Oh, you're not Kaladin. You're an Axe Lord. Oh, okay. So another dwarf. Are these guys ready to go? Yep. They're ready. Hey, at least their slow advance is giving our Marks dwarves a lot of time to shoot at them. And it looks like we're done. So, I don't know why the FPS is so bad. Maybe it's this mess with the water here. Uh-oh. Please tell me no one fell in it. Oh, one of the grates did. Should have thought about that, Marcus. Grates don't float. Why are you guys hanging out here? Get out. Get Braga Golden Hand. Go do something safe. Dang it, that means I have to make 2 new grates. Alright. Let's have some fun, fellas. Fire at will. Fire at will. For at least the 2 seconds before you get scared away. And, yep, we got 1 bolt off. Definitely I'm going to fix this in the next fortress. It does appear as if those guys I positioned up there are being useful. But this is going to get ugly. If a troll is standing on the bridge, it won't close. And there are trolls pretty much scattered around here. Alright. Well, we do have another squad of melee. So, Stonehill Slayers, even though you're a bit under the weather right now, let's join your brothers in glorious combat. Hopefully they're strung out enough that we can do this. More bolts. Here they come. This is our squad of auxiliary troops. Although one of them's an Axe Lord, so that's not too shabby. Even the dog is still alive. Alright, great. No deaths yet. They're trying to come back to their siege engines. Nope. So wow, he saw that goblin from far away. Wait, are they all standing in this one square? That's something interesting. Don't see that every day. This might lead to some deaths. I'm a little nervous. Let's close the inner gate. The inner silver gate. Now, please. That is the correct one. Yeah, inner silver. No, we're not going to succumb to the invasion. Alright. There's a lasher. Gotta watch out for those, although we have one on our side too. Oh, he made it just across the gate before it closed. That was some luck right there. Now we're going down into this section. And now the odds are a little bit less in our favor. Goblins everywhere. And remember, we're wearing copper armor, so we're not exactly world beaters. We're just really well trained. We haven't lost anyone yet, though. And we've beaten the siege. It looks like the rest of them are fleeing. Okay, squads. Let's go B and C. No, B and D, I should say. Let's kill at rectangle. And let's just take all these suckers. Okay. Go get them. In your own sweet time, whenever you're ready. There we go. One of our humans is taking the lead. Okay, we all should have shields, so their arrows shouldn't be doing too much damage to us. That was one of the things that made the elves really deadly in the old version, is you get a bowmaster and oh crap. Did I learn my lesson? No, it appears I did not. Not in use, not in use. Who do we hurt here? We hurt O'Neill, or Axelord. Actually, I don't think we hurt him. He was already blinking. And Posa Rametalat, our human pikeman. Alright, that's fine. Here comes the team. Alright, let's go squads. B and D once again. And let's kill at rectangle. Just everything, really. I'm not picky. I'm an equal opportunity killer. The one thing that does concern me is the lake. I don't like them to engage enemies because the wrong dive out of the way of a blow or something will cause them to land in the lake and die. Dwarves are not very accomplished swimmers. It doesn't look, however, like that's going to be a problem. And we have beaten back the siege. Excellent work. Excellent work, dwarves. Let's AO. CO. And everyone survived. There might be some injuries, though. You know, one thing I keep forgetting to do is after the battles, I need to go to our doctors. Because when we're not fighting... Wow. Vamp McVamperson has 350 kills, 233 dwarves. Man, I wish I could execute him. Is that our doctors have other things to do, right? We give them other jobs so that they're useful when we don't need them to actually fix people. Like, for example, furnace operating and different types of hauling. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of all that. For right now. It's weird how they have kind of weird overlaps. Like, Tontio Red Rock has all the hauling jobs that the other ones don't have. It's pretty strange. Probably a mistake on my part. So now, what should happen is that all of our doctors, or our surgeons, as I call them, since that's cooler sounding, should have no other jobs besides saving dwarven lives. Which they probably need to do. So while we're waiting for them to save those dwarven lives, let's profile Dwarf. That's fun, right? 346. One of our new ones, Seneca. Wow, not often that a brand new dwarf gets profiled, but it's fun. Seneca is currently unassigned and is currently drinking. Seneca is a woman. Seneca is a worshipper of Lengud. on friendly terms with Lord Stone, but otherwise has no family and no friends. Building friendships, though, with Thorim, Stormborn, Dodong, Sligitin und Parzival, the French dwarf. Sorry, I ruined that. I apologize. Dunbeer, Dwarf Comic being social. Good man, that Dwarf Comic. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Why fret about it? Okay, so Seneca is not really OCD. Seneca's cool with just letting things kind of go. Within the last season, she was content after eating a pretty decent meal. Well, I'm happy for that. We only have a master cook cooking these lavish, pretty decent meals. She was blissful, dining in a fantastic dining room. Apparently, she hasn't noticed that it is underwater currently. She was interested after watching a performance, interested near a fine paved road. We have many of those. Horrified after seeing a goblin die. Horrified after seeing another goblin die. Horrified after seeing a troll die. She's a casual worshiper of Langud. So, you know, I'm a Catholic, and we like to refer to people who are casual, which is me. I'm super casual, as a Christmas Catholic, and that means someone who only goes to church on Christmas. But the joke is on them because I don't even go to church on Christmas. Anyway, she is a citizen of the Oaken Flags. She is a member of the Tree of Wildness. She is 88 years old, born in the 18th of Obsidian in the year 77 to apparently no one. Just born out of the earth. It's very dwarfy. She has a very thin body with little fat. Her lips are very thick. Her nose bridge is concave. Her hair is clean shaven. Her nose is extremely narrow. Her teeth are gapped. She has a scratchy voice. Her eyelashes are extremely short. Her hair is mahogany with flecks of gray. Interesting. And her skin is dark peach. Her eyes are emerald. Nice. Emeralds are one of the precious stones that we mine here in Foresthome. Not a lot of them, but we do have a few. She's quick to heal, but she's very flimsy. Seneca likes graphite, platinum, banded agate, bayberry wood, leopard leather, llama wool, which we're going to have tons of, so fantastic. The color turquoise, dogs for their loyalty, anole men for their dewlaps. What? Is that just made up? What the hell's a dewlap? I don't know. And bayberry trees for their waxy berries. When possible, she prefers to consume kiwi, spotted ratfish, dwarven rum, hemp seed oil, and capers. Man, a lot of caper likers here in this fortress. She absolutely detests leeches. She has very good intuition, good creativity, a way with words, and willpower. But she has poor focus. Some might say she's kind of philosophical. Seneca. Yeah, see what I did there? Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Either way, it's okay. She does personally value a harmonious existence and doesn't particularly care about craftsdwarfship. And she really doesn't see the point of working hard. Yeah, definitely a philosopher. Does not particularly value the truth. Okay, that's Seneca. Welcome to the fortress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what in the heck are you doing, buddy? Why are you just chilling out here? Bullzome. Now that we've fought off a goblin advance, it's probably a good time. Yes, I know Simon is the Militia Commander, thank you. Probably a good time to go and continue building the road around the foundations of the city in order to prevent trees from sprouting up and potentially damaging our walls. I don't think they actually can damage the walls anymore in this version. I think that's been fixed, but I do think that enemies can potentially use them to climb up, and they're just ugly, so we can get rid of them. And that is that. Lovely times. So, also, between episodes, I'm probably going to have to figure out some kind of water storage plan here to avoid flooding our dining room again. It's still a bit messy. I think it takes a while for even level 1 water to evaporate when it's indoors. Not sure what I'm going to do there, but eventually things will come back to normal. And that's that. Oh, there's a dead dwarf here in the tree, but it's been there for quite a long time. It is catnip. Yep, catnip. I could cut the tree down so that catnip's bones can be interred in a more respectful way, but that would imply cutting down one of my very few apple trees. So we can just believe that the apples from that particular tree are infused with the bravery of catnip, and that all of our dwarves who eat among those apples become stronger, braver, and better citizens of Foresthome. So thank you, catnip, for that. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.